versus everybody. We'll be doing a live build up probably tomorrow, between tomorrow and Saturday with Jams. May be able to have the Anfield Roar on. I'm doing this late, so a lot of you guys, especially the the UK guys that are with us, a lot of you guys that add to comments and stuff like that. Notice I didn't say fans. I don't refer to people who are like minded and they're human like me and support the same team as fans. But uh, that's what goes on. But listen, I wanted to come here to speak about a lot of things. One is this idea that, and I get in these conversations with Liverpool fans, supporters, whether it's social media here, just in my community, just Liverpool fans everywhere. And what I continue to hear from the majority is that we should enjoy the ride. And as if that's more so, a lot of LFC fans, and this to me is a problem and also a loser's mentality, are very cool with just pushing City to the limit in the league, maybe having a nice run in the Champions League, losing it in the semifinal or the final, going somewhat deep in the cup competition, losing that again, but just to push City, maybe get second. There are a lot of people who would say that's a successful season because we've improved in the table. Listen, Liverpool Football Club it should be a given that we're in the top four. Now, when you have two seasons consecutively back to back, when you just get in there, you just push it. We did it, but it's just like, if we fuck up here, we might. Okay, we did it, but you're barely doing it. And that's two seasons in a row. But enjoy the ride. Go through a Champions League. Enjoy the ride to me is all. That's a situation where you get on a roller coaster. You go to a theme park. You get on this crazy roller coaster. And at the end, you can't wait to ride it again or ride one like it. That's what City did. What we did was get on a roller coaster, got to the end, and threw up everywhere on everybody. You know what I mean? And I get it. I get it. It was pretty much down to one man. I don't care if he had a concussion. I don't care. The goalkeeper cost us that final. There's no other thing you can tell me. The giveaway to Benzema, the nice kick from Bale. Look, that happens. But the one from distance that he volleyballs into the net, the goalkeeper kept us from winning that. And I don't give me all of this. Oh, they cheered him the other day when Alisson was coming up. They're cheering because we have a new keeper. They're not cheering for any. There's no all of a sudden some support for Karius. And the fact that he came out and believed that, saying, "Oh, I love it." Calm down, okay? Calm down. My point is, Klopp stuck with two keepers that we shouldn't have stuck with, and the concussion thing happens, cool, whatever. But he was in the game. He played. So that cost us the final. I don't care how you look at it. But Liverpool fans, why are we just sitting around saying we're just happy for the ride? That's a loser's mentality. I don't want to just push City and get knocked out of cup competitions and get knocked out of the Champions League in the semifinal and get to the final again and lose. I want to win trophies. So, to me, a productive season is definitely pushing City, yes, but winning the league or at least coming second, but in a tough race, not one where City just blows everybody up by 30 points. That's not really improving. And a trophy. I don't care if it's the league, the cup, either one of the cups, or the Champions League. We need it. We're Liverpool. We should be getting that. We should be getting that. We should be averaging that every season. I'm sorry. That should be what we're looking at. And so we talk about Man United, right? And a lot of you get caught up in what Mourinho says. And I'm gonna say it like this: one of the reasons why I don't really entertain that is because one, I like Jose Mourinho. I really do. I really love Jose Mourinho as a manager. He's proven his resume is there. And I love what he said. I saw his pre-match for the Leicester game. And I love how they asked him, how do you feel about people thinking that you're gonna have a step back this season? When you first came in, you had three trophies, whatever. And in typical and this is why Jose to me is so likable or should be, because he's a straight shooter. It's refreshing in this kind of world in these sports where people put on a front because they don't want to offend anybody. They want to be the nice guy. They worry about people are gonna think or write about them, or just in general they just want to front and kind of have a shield up. In this day and age, that's a refreshing human being. That's a man. He's a straight shooter. Now, everything he says, do I like or agree with? No. But is he always honest? Yes. And that's why I respect it. So he said, it's hard to believe that we even got second because people will lead you to believe that, teams like Liverpool, Tottenham, teams that finish under us are somehow better than us. And listen, we can sit here all day and say we have a better team on paper. Tell me the last time we beat United in the league. Oh wait, tell me the last time we beat United in the league. Because my thing is this: we haven't beat them. And it's not about, it doesn't matter if he plays boring football, anti football, he gets results. The object of the game is to beat the team you're playing. So I don't care if he parks the bus or plays, I don't care. He got second in this league. He got second. He got second. So again, we can count United out all we want and talk about Jose and all this. The guy's a straight shooter. He's going to tell you how it is. If you don't like it, fine. But you can never knock him for BS or bullshit. He's always honest, and he tells you how he feels. And most people don't like it, but he doesn't give a damn, and I love that. Um, they also asked him about your goals and are you focusing on the Premier League? You know, the dumb questions people ask. You can't win the Premier League, or United can't win the Premier League tomorrow. We can't win it Sunday. We can't win the Champions League Sunday or the league Sunday. The first order of business is for Liverpool, West Ham. So all of this, we're getting an advantage. There's no advantage, man. It's one game. It's one game. Even if City lose, which I think they will lose to Arsenal, even if all the top six teams lose, well, if Arsenal win, then it wouldn't be top 16 losing. But let's say City lost, and whoever else you all think are title contenders, which to me it should be only two teams. Chelsea could be kind of a element of surprise with these last minute transfer window signings, last minute transfers, but I doubt that. Most of the other teams are going to take some time to bet in. United, okay, Tottenham not signing anybody, but a good body, a good squad. But Arsenal and Chelsea, they're kind of you don't really know what's going to happen with them. So you can't win anything in one game. So the most important thing is West Ham on Sunday, and then we go from there. Us winning that game doesn't give us any advantage though. Man United beating Leicester, if they beat Leicester, doesn't give them any advantage. City winning against Arsenal doesn't give them any advantage. It gives them 3 points. That's it. Now, if we go on and get, you know, uh, you know, 20 points out of the first five, what is it? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yes, 20 points out of the first 6 games or something, and those teams are dropping. Then you can say, okay, but can we sustain that? So either way, there's no need for us to think because we have less issues with World Cup players coming back that we somehow are going to get an advantage if we win our first 3, 4, 5 games. There's no advantage there, guys. Trust me. Now, when you go deeper into the competition, if you're keeping if you're keeping a certain amount of distance, then great. But can you keep it? Can Liverpool keep it? Can Liverpool go through a whole season, look really good, but also find ways to beat teams when you're not looking good? I saw an interview the other day where Klopp was, or yes, today actually, Klopp was saying that it's great playing amazing football and doing like that, but you're not going to blow teams out 7-0, 5-0, even 3-0 every game. How can you win and look ugly? How can you win when Salah is having a bad game? How can you win when we had an injury to 2 or 3 key players? How can you do it? Because I guarantee you City can do it. City can beat teams in different ways, and they will beat teams in different ways. Look, they had a couple games last season, more than a couple, where they just squeezed it out at the end. But they had that killer instinct, and it starts with the manager. I'm not knocking Klopp at all. I'm just saying there's other ways that you have to win games. And sometimes it takes a stroke of luck. Sterling in the 98th minute, extra time. Um, Aguero getting a 90-second chip in, easy little putt shot from 3, 4 yards out. But it happens. You got to do it. The best teams do it. You're not Fergie time. Arsenal in that undefeated season, they had moments where they might have had a penalty kick at the end of the game or something that went their way. Every team needs it. But you got to create it yourself. You won't just get lucky. Every team needs it. Every championship side team, they thrive off that, but you have to work for it. You have to make that luck, if that makes sense. You have to work for that in order to be in the right situation. So a lot of times in those games last season, teams didn't have a lot of shots on target, but they did what they had to do with the shots they got. The Swansea game, which was a heartbreaker because we should have beaten that team. I think Lallana had a shot at the end that could have at least drawn it. Didn't do that. We probably had a couple more shots before that. So here's the thing for me. Just to give a quick kind of review of everything I've said. I'm not one to just enjoy the ride. Of course, while I'm watching, I'm not sitting, damn. I'm not enjoying the ride. Of course, naturally you have to enjoy it unless you're just crazy. While you're watching Liverpool go through the Champions League, you're clearly enjoying it. At the same time, if and when, because I believe we will have another run deep into the Champions League, I'm still going to be thinking, look, we got to get to the final and we have to win it. So you can enjoy the ride, enjoy this great football, but it's a loser's mentality to think, oh, but we play great football. We're better than United, but we can't beat them and they finished above us. You know what I mean? Like or we're better than City, which I think we are, but they finished where they finished. So it's about us really not only beating the good teams in the league, the top teams in the league, but beating everyone that we come against. I want to see us beat every team this year. Maybe not get the double, but beat every team this year. Um, and concede less goals. Obviously, I mean that's the name of the game. But you got to see this team find a different way to win games. I keep saying that you got to. When guys are not playing well, I mean it's a disgrace. I know we had injuries in that Champions League final. It should not have come down to Salah being hurt, and then we had nothing. Yes, Mane was good. Yes, he got a goal. Why we didn't? Firmino didn't. You know, maybe he had a bad game, but we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough. When we go into this season, I'm saying it again. We still don't have enough. If you think about how everything that happened, you could say Naby was the Coutinho replacement. You can say Fabinho was the Emery replacement. We got a new goalkeeper. Shaqiri, maybe you can say he's the Ox replacement. It's one body, extra body off the bench, but we're still going in short. Look at our center backs. Fabinho just got a knock. You know, we're going to need the best of the best from Lallana. I don't know if we can get there. And Genie this season. We're going to need it, man. Tony, what's up? What's up? Just tuned in. Hey, how you doing, brother? Appreciate it. We're gonna need those guys to step up, and I love what Genie did in this last game because he's showing Klopp that look. I know you brought some new signings in, but I'm gonna show you that I'm still an integral part to this team, and that was beautiful to see from Genie. I think Genie earns a spot just with that game. Just with that game, he earns a starting berth. Um, with Fabinho out, is it gonna be Hendo, who will kind of be rushed back? Is it gonna be Milner? Is it gonna be Curtis Jones? I mean, who's going to be coming in and who's going to play the six? So Yanni says, I agree. That's what separates winning teams from average teams. Yeah, you know what I mean. You got to find ways to win ugly, and that's a must. We must see that under Klopp in this third season. I'm sorry, I love Klopp, and I'm not saying if we don't win a trophy that he gets the sack. That would be insane. What I am saying is that we cannot look back on this season and just say we had a nice ride in the Champions League or we put a lot of pressure on City and come away trophyless and maybe get top four. I don't want to hear that. That's not my mentality. It's a loser's mentality. And all I'm saying is, at the end of the season, don't tell me that we had a great season because we had a nice run in the Champions League and we almost surpassed City. I don't want any almostes anymore. This team is built at this point, even though we need a few more players, but that's the board's and Klopp's choice. You know, you thought it was cool not to get a few more players, which is fine. We had a great window. I think, scale of 1 to 10, I think the off-season transfer window business has probably been about an 8. I think if we got a center back and maybe another attacking minded player, whether it be midfield or attack or forward, then it would have been maybe 9, 10. But at this point, for me, it's an 8. It's an 8. It's a strong 8, but it's an 8. Tony says, yeah, we are short center backs. I think when Klopp sees how long Matip and Klavan are really out and they barely play, yeah, he will get rid of them. But who would take them? I think a lot of people would take them, honestly. And just as squad players, you know what I mean, if nothing else. Now, the injury issues was bothering me, mainly with Matip. He came to us, if you think about when we got Matip, he came over from Schalke with an injury. So I don't know if that should have been a red flag or not, but every time I turn around, this guy's getting hurt again. And it's never really a date. You never really know how long it's going to be. It's all this kind of mystery with it. So, again, we're going into the league with, we might have to put Gomez at center back, who I'm sure can play, but he hasn't had a lot of experience playing for Liverpool. He's mainly played at a fullback. So, you know what I mean? This is where we're at. This is where we're at. You know, should we have rushed a last second center back signing? I don't know. I don't know. It definitely would have made me feel a bit more comfortable. Same time, you got to get that guy up to speed, so it wouldn't be like he would be able to play in this first game. But so he says he waits too long to make critical decisions. Sometimes I like him, but I think that's an issue with him. Now, you speaking about Klopp, or are you speaking about a particular player when you say that? Because you know, I mean, I think again, we love Klopp in this household. Everybody knows that. I've been on the channel. I would never bash Klopp. There's something Klopp. Okay, there's some things that I think irritate me about him, but that's like anybody. If you love your brother, your wife, your sister, your son, whoever, there's things that bother you about him. But all in all, I love Klopp, and I think he is the manager for this team. And he's got to bring us to relegation for me to ever think he gets the sack. Because again, although I'm not here to just celebrate a journey, when's the last time you've had this great feeling in the club and this idea that we can actually push for titles? It's been a while. It's been a while. So that's what it's got to be about, though. It's enough of this. enjoy the journey thing. And every time you turn around, that's what you hear. Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, but you act like it's not hard to win." Of course, it's hard to win the league. You know what I'm saying? Living is hard, but you try to do that shit to the best of your ability every day. You know what I mean? And not to say they didn't try, but again, you cannot tail off at the end of games like that or end of seasons like that. You can't. You can't. When you have that momentum, you have to keep it. You have to soldier on and fight through to the best of your ability and get through these hurdles. You know what I mean? So it's a big season coming up. Big season for Klopp. Big season for a lot of these players. And the better we do, the better signings we'll get. This will continue to happen year on and year out. But it's got to be. They have to see something else besides nice football, charismatic manager, wonderful Anfield nights, whatever else Liverpool is supposed to be good for. It has to be some trophy there so they can see dangling in their face and say, okay, you know what? Not only all those other things, charismatic manager, Anfield's great, yada yada yada, but they getting trophies. They're serious right now. The board's back in the manager. They're bringing in top class players. They love playing there. The nucleus is there. The belief is there. That's what you have to do to continue to bring in these talents. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, so I mean, it's just leave your thoughts in the comment section as usual. Whether you agree, disagree, whatever. I appreciate everybody who comes by tonight. It looked like it was just Soy and was it Tony. I appreciate both of you. But yeah, that's just something I'm thinking about. And I'm wondering what you guys think about what would be a successful season. Is it just pushing City and almost getting there, getting top four again, getting knocked out of the cups? What presents a improved season under Klopp? What? Because to me, back to back top fours don't. I know we went deep in the Champions League, but you don't get a trophy for going deep in the Champions League. You don't get, you know, you, you didn't win anything. You got second place. That's runners up. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. You worked hard to get there, but we didn't. And let's be really honest here. Never am I going to say we had an easy run there. I am going to say it was favorable. If we had a run like Madrid, honestly, do we honestly think that we would have made it that far? We could have. We definitely could have. With this squad we have now, and maybe a couple more, I doubt we're gonna do much in January. But it really just kind of, if we're good by January as far as results, we're smashing teams, we're beating teams that we should be beating, we're leading the league. Klopp may be a little bit more hesitant to go in the window. If things look like they're going really sour, then he might, preferably defensively or another attacker. If we have any injury issues, knock on wood, we don't. But but with this team, what we were able to do with the team we had last season, let's be honest, they overachieved and had a favorable way to the final. That's what I believe. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm saying it was favorable. There's a difference there. But with this team, I do think we can do that and more, and hopefully get back to a final. Hopefully against Madrid. I doubt that'll happen, but hopefully against Madrid to play Madrid at some point, group stage, quarterfinal, something. But do we really think we would have made it with a different way to go? I want your honest opinion on that. Because for me, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think we're capable of it. Though I think we definitely would have gotten through would have maybe with the same teams that Madrid had to play or whoever else. A lot of other teams had difficult times getting to where they got to. So with this team, we should be stronger. We've definitely addressed issues. The goalkeeper was number one, which kind of, although I feel a little bit disappointed by not getting another center back, the keeper thing is almost like getting two defenders, because you think in that final again with a decent with a better keeper, that game goes totally different. Maybe extra time, maybe we still lose. Maybe it goes to penalties. Maybe we still lose, but we'll never know now. We'll never know now because we had two atrocious errors by one person. Lead people if you want. Let people lead you to believe that Madrid dominated their game. They didn't. They didn't. They got three goals. One was a worldie. It happens. The best of them can do it. The other two were goalkeeper mistakes. Clearly, there's not even a way you can question that. So, with a better team, a better keeper, some of these other players we brought in, I expect us to make another run. I expect us to get to the final. That's just me. Call me deluded, but to do it with the team we did last season, there's no way we can't do that again. And maybe it would take another favorable draw. But I don't care. I don't care how you get there and win it. If you get there and win it, you get there and win it. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be. I'm really excited, but I need to see a lot of improvement from Liverpool. And as I've said before, keeping leads, winning dirty, and I think we got the players to do that now. Um, More of that, the wonderful kind of rotation Klopp was able to do last season, keeping guys fresh. Got to see more of that. So that's more of a maintain thing, not an improvement. But keeping leads, finding dirty ways to win games, and not tailing off in the second part of the season. Those are three big things that Liverpool must do to be taken seriously by myself and should be by you and the world at large. You know what I mean? You got all these journalists saying that Liverpool is the second best team and pundits and all that. Fine, great. Thank you for bigging up my team. I want to see it though because getting fourth under a team like Spurs and United, supposedly because we're better than those teams, that doesn't equate to me the second best team. I'm sorry. And nothing gets done on paper. So for all the great, beautiful football we play, it means nothing if we're not winning anything, folks. That's what we need to really understand. Everyone can have their opinion, but these are facts. These aren't opinions. Now, you may think that it's better to just enjoy the ride, but who else is coaching Liverpool like this, and who else plays beautiful football? Maybe no one else does. But it's about winning trophies. You don't get a trophy for playing beautiful football. You just get people talking about it. Oh, man, they got the best attacking three in Europe. Okay, that might be true. But that attacking three is not winning trophies. So we talk about our best players leaving. This is the way that we keep our best players and continue to funnel in more. I'm not saying anything you don't know. I'm just reiterating because people seem to think that you know we're a selling club, and maybe we were, maybe we weren't. But you sell players or you get rid of players because you're not winning anything. And then we turn around and get mad, and then people they said something really nice on UFF, which is a good video. Go check it out. I don't particularly like the Terry guy, but he had two of my favorite people on there, which is HH and Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. DT, but one thing he said, Terry, was that damn, I forgot my train of thought. Damn, that's crazy. But he made some good points on there, just about the expectations, where Liverpool are as a team, how they should be expected to press on with these new signings that they have. So they made a lot of good points on that channel, and I just think there can't be any excuses. There can't be any excuses. There really can't. There won't be any for me. So from the gate, the West Ham game, I want to see us. First of all, let me just talk about West Ham. They've made some decent signings. Okay, Felipe Anderson, he's a decent signing. They got a young center back from Toulouse. I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to act like I do. But they also have Ekbana, who's been there for a while. He can play. I don't know if they're going to put Zabaleta out there. If they do, that's going to be really sad for them because I think he's on the right side. Mane is going to terrorize him, as well as anyone else he tries to defend. So they'd be better off. I think they signed another young fullback. They'd be better off putting him in there. On the left, it's going to be Cresswell. It's going to be Masuaku. I believe Arthur Masuaku is better. Defensively, Cresswell might be better, but they're going to need somebody who's going to help them get some attack. In the midfield, is it going to be Obiang? To me, them giving away Kawate was shameful. They gave Crystal Palace Kawate for under 8 million, I think. Definitely under 10. So if somebody they know, let me know. But I think it was 8 million or less than that. Another great African player, Senegalese, could play defense as well. I don't know why they did that. All they did was strengthen Crystal Palace. But anyway, I'm assuming it'll be, and I think Obiang is another underrated West Ham player. But I think it'll probably be Wilshere, Noble, just because it's Noble, captain, West Ham through and through. And maybe we'll put Obiang in there. I don't know who else they'll put in the midfield. Oh, didn't they get Sanchez? Who, it's amazing that West Ham fans don't rate Sanchez. I don't know. But he's getting older, but he's a good player, Colombian. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's Wilshere and Noble for sure. And then up top, I don't know. Arnautovic, I guess. Yamalenko, whatever his name is, that guy from Borussia Dortmund. I don't know if he's going to play. Chicharito. The guy who always gives us fit, Mikel Antonio. So they got some weapons, but again, I just read those players out. There's no reason why we should be losing to a West Ham team. Can it be difficult in patches? Sure. It's the beginning of the season. We got a lot of new players. They do as well. So, Felipe Anderson again for the attacking players. I forgot about. But yeah, it can be tough. Also Fabianski. Sorry, they got a better keeper, a much better keeper than they've had the last few seasons. So they can definitely give us some issues. They've given us issues before with maybe a less, maybe a team that wasn't as good as this team could potentially be, or the team that Payet was on. So Again, it's a team that we should be beating, guys. It's a team that we should be beating, and I want to see us do it handily. I know a lot of guys are putting out. I think Ben might say came on and said, "I'm going to be a little, what's the word? Humble. I'm gonna give a humbling score. It was 2-1. That's fine. I mean, winning a game is winning a game, and I really don't care what the score is as long as we have more points than they do. But I think this is a game that we can come out and really, really blow them out of the water. I really do. I really do. And with even some of the decent signs they've made, I just think we should be punishing them. I think we should be mashing them up. So, and that's what I expect. That's what I expect. I'll get into my score prediction and a little more deeper when I come on with Jams tomorrow or Saturday and the Infra Roar. But for right now, I do think that we will destroy them. That's what I see. That's what I see. So hope it happens. Hope we have no more knocks before Sunday because we don't need that. And I just hope to see some bright moments from continue from the youth. Curtis Jones, assuming he gets some playing time, hope he does. Rafa Camacho, the other center back, Phillips, I think his name is. So but also want to see Sturridge just really, really, play within himself and really just help to be a huge part to this team. Not just a guy that you never know he's going to play at all. If he's going to go on loan to another team, he's going to get hurt. But that's up to the football gods, man. So hopefully he stays fit. Need to see a really, really outstanding season from Firmino and Mane. Salah's going to have a decent season, I think, but he will not. I've said it before. He will not replicate exactly what he did last season. If he did, I'll put my hands up and say it. But I'm not expecting that. So we just need more goals from other people and more consistency from them, taking our chances when we have them. We cannot have a game where we have 13 shots and maybe hit one or two. You know what I mean? We have to be taking better advantage, taking a better advantage of the chances that we get. So those are the few things that I want to see, that I hope to see, and I think we will see. And may it be a amazing season. It'll be exciting either way. I think this Premier League season is going to rank as one of the toughest. I really do. You got teams like Wolves and Fulham, and guys just bringing in so many good players, man, to this league, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And I just hope the Liverpool are right there at the end to have something to say about it. And at the end of the roller coaster, we aren't throwing up. We're celebrating and looking for the next ride. Until next time.